Minimal.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations! You've just stumbled upon another brand new episode of Gym Day with a fucking idiot. What does that mean for you? That means you get to spend the next 5 minutes listening to a guy who has no idea what the fuck he's talking about tell you how you should be doing certain exercises in the gym. Specifically today, shoulder workouts. And of all the workouts we could be doing in the gym, I think shoulders might be my favorite. For guys who want to look huge, shoulders are really the way to go. Thick chest is always nice, wide back for sure, but if your shoulders are lacking, it really doesn't matter how big everything else is, as your shoulders really are the corners of your frame, and everything else is really dependent on that aesthetically, in my opinion anyway. You're entitled to your opinion as well, of course. It would just be the wrong one if you say otherwise. Alright, so now that there's a real combative air in the room, let's boulder up some shoulders, shall we?
Minimal.
Now, last shoulder day, we started with some sitting Smith machine presses to get those shoulders pumping and hammer those front delts. Today, we're doing sitting presses again, but using dumbbells this time. Now, because we're not using the Smith machine, we can really sit up straight this time and hit more of those side delts. The way these work, you want to grab weight that's heavy enough to get some real activation going, but light enough that you can still control the weight. If the weight is too heavy and you can't keep a controlled tempo where your arms are flailing around like a wacky, wavy, inflatable arm flailing tube man, you're really just going to be wasting your time and energy and not getting the gains you want. So grab a weight that's manageable, sit on the bench with the back 90 degrees, and keep your feet flat and firm to establish your base. Now, depending on the weight, I'll have the dumbbells sitting on my knees in a pronated or hammer position. Then you kick them up one at a time to help lift them onto my shoulders in the starting position with my palms facing away from me. Once ready, use the force through your feet to help drive the weight up and down. Make sure you breathe out as you press and fully extend so your bicep moves close to your ear. Then inhale as you descend slowly back down to your shoulders. Be careful not to lock out your elbows as you want to keep the tension on your shoulders for the entirety of the movement. Once you've ripped out a desired amount, 10 to 12, carefully lower the dumbbells back onto your quads in the hammer position again, and repeat the process for as many sets as you want. If you can increase the weight during each set, feel free. Just make sure you're getting that deep burn for the last couple reps of each set to make sure you're using the correct weight.
Minimal.
Next up, we're looking at front delt rope raises. These are pretty simple. Grab the rope attachment for these and put the pulley at the bottommost position on the rail. You want to put your back to the machine, grab the rope in each hand using a pronated position so your palms are facing each other, and bend your knees just slightly, and with your arms straight, lift the rope up and raise to shoulder height or just above. Most guys will lock out at shoulder height, but I like to go just slightly above to make sure I'm getting the full range of the delts. Flexing your abs while you're doing these will help keep your core solid, and exhale as you're pulling the rope up. And keep your hands together as you approach the peak of the contraction. You can do these with dumbbells too, but I definitely prefer the cables. The most unfortunate part of these, aside from the screaming delts, is they're almost impossible to do without flossing your gooch the entire time. Maybe some of you taller guys might be lucky, but not me. This is essentially a G-string workout for me. Whoops.
Minimal.
All right, we're on our last workout for the day, and the most regular and basic shoulder day finisher there is, the cable lateral raise. Keeping it simple like the rest of this basic bitch workout today, we're keeping the pulley in the same bottom position as we did the front delt raises, but we're swapping the rope for a handle. The way this works, we're standing with our side to the pulley and grabbing the handle with our opposite hand using an overhand grip so our palms are facing the machine. You'll want to stand just far enough away from the machine so that the handle comes across the front of your body, just enough so that your side delts are getting a good stretch. Then keeping your arms slightly bent, we pull up straight to the side, as you can see there, tight to the outside of the arc so that we're almost doing a scooping motion. Do your best not to swing on these. We want controlled, isolated movements. If you start swinging at all, lower the weight and try again so that only your shoulders are doing the work. Like the front delt raise, most guys will lock out at shoulder height, but I like to go just a little bit above just to make sure I'm getting that full contraction. Once you smack out 10 to 12 of these, switch to the other side and do the opposite arm. You'll want to keep it fairly light on these, as the delt isn't a large muscle, and even only a plate or two on this machine will brutalize these for you. You can see here from this angle the tremendous activation I'm getting on these. There are some different variations on these we can do as well, such as like behind the body or leaning Egyptian lat raises, but we'll look at those another time.
Minimal.
Another day, another gym day with a fucking idiot video down. But while the vid is down, my blood pressure is up, and so is this vicious shoulder pump. Mastering these 3 shoulder workouts and doing them regularly will easily swap your form from Dr. Jekyll to Mr. Hyde every shoulder day. There's just something about a good shoulder pump that makes you look like a fucking monster, which may just be why they're my favorite day to do. Either way, I hope you're enjoying all of your gym days now that we're getting a nice repertoire of workouts to choose from. Let me know how you're enjoying these and if you're throwing them into your routine or not. Change them out, rotate them out, always keep your muscles guessing. You gotta keep them guessing every few weeks so you're not just doing the same thing over and over, unless that same thing is tuning into these videos every week. So yeah, keep doing that, and be sure to follow, like, share, and subscribe, and use promo code RD0DAVE for all your supplementworldcanada.com purchases. Take it easy, take it steady, take it safe. I'm Radio Dave, you're you, and I'll see you on the next one.